Buddy, welcome to a new game. Checking it out before it leaves Game Pass. It is called Harold Halibut. I have no idea what I'm getting into. The opening screen of the game shows an alien in a green tube and a couple people. I have no idea what to expect. I don't know what kind of game this is. So let's find out together. Here we go. The music sounds good. Looks like an eel at the bottom right as the autosave. So maybe we're a fish. Okay, underwater, so it's already looking good to be a fish. Halibut is a type of fish, I think. It looks very clay-like. Like the texture of the fish looks like clay. Is this stop motion? Ooh, I wonder. The last game that was stop motion that I've played was Lost in Random. Really good game. BioShock? Oh, I'm not a fish. There are humans here. They are definitely clay. Whoa, look at that hair. That hair looked like, oh my gosh, it's so log-like. So it's kind of futuristic, kind of not. They're living underwater. I saw a robot arm, but that camera that guy was holding looked very old. Not as modern as our, like, smartphones, but not quite as ancient as a record, like a camcorder. Well, that sucks for you. Sounds like he missed a toll.
Passenger approval shortly afterwards, and we hope the recent local waters probe will give
Interesting.
that up to 90% next time. There were the dark times, and slowly but surely, light returned to the Fedora. A light held aloft by the hands of All Water Corporation, which illuminated the many innovations we now rely on.
Look at his arm. It looks like a Barbie doll kind of arm.
freshwater clarification agency to all water corporation. The
That also,
first tube system
that sounds like
unveiled to the public in 12,757 AC, followed by the first replacement of our inaugural CEO with Madame Brenner Castletop the year after. Then, in 13,760 AC, we enjoyed our first instantly iconic ad campaign, Got Water. Castletop oversaw
that hair too. It looks like a stick.
introduction of digital real-time in 15,342 AC and in 15,342.5 AC. We held the first employee satisfaction survey and underwater pro-employee plan meetings, perhaps known more commonly as Fess Up. This was followed by the all-water-led renewal projects, such as opening up the Pelican Station area back to the public.
She has a robot hand.
A landmark customer poll reflecting our continued commitment to being approachable and accountable showed us an 87% passenger approval shortly after. And we hope the recent local waters probe will get that up to 90% next time. There were the dark times. And slowly but surely, light returned to the Fedora. A light held aloft by the hands
I wonder what the
of All
fine
Water
is.
Corporation, which illuminated the many innovations.
This must have an underlying cause. I remember when you were still in school and your teacher telling me about how you would just stare out of the window.
What the heck is
oblivious to how
that?
he was shouting at you. It's like you've never
It's like a
snapped out of
cutout.
that daydream.
The 8. Only boring people get bored. Welcome to the stream. You're checking out the beginning of a new game that I may or may not finish, depending on how good it is. I'm only 7 minutes in. So far, it's fairly interesting. It's kind of weird. Did I make it? No, I didn't. What the heck? Definitely futuristic, but not.
The reason, sir, is that all
That's
water
gross.
have had to close the line temporarily for improvement works.
But why isn't the line active? What needs improving? A man has a right to know.
I don't know the exact decision-making process that led to this, sir, but I assure you it will be for the
The animation's actually kind of cool.
long-term tube traveling experience.
So will we get discounts on the other lines as a result of the...
We have to go to the lab. I think. Oh!
They had beautiful patterns on their wings and drank pollen from flowers. I suppose you could say they often appeared
They
in
didn't drink pollen. They
extra
drink
natural
nectar.
moments in life. On the other hand, they were terribly inefficient, flighty, overly trusting, and delicate. Ergo, you never take responsibility, and I never know where to find you next.
I got picked up at home. I don't know what you're talking about. This is definitely stop motion, I think. Or just really good clay animation. Let's look it up. It is stop motion. That's cool. Okay. Okay, let's see. So clean the filters. Feed the fish. That's my entire job? Seems like a fairly easy job. Oh. This is definitely feeding the fish. Okay. Dang it. Why did they feed the fish outside? This is my house? Oh my gosh, I got taken out of the lab. Who is Cyrus? So that door is gonna be locked. What the heck am I looking at? I have no idea what I just did. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, clean. It just looks like it drained water. I have no idea what the heck that was. I was just clicking buttons, so yeah. You're Cyrus, right? Yeah, no, I was right. He said Harry. What? You want me to try some fish food? We're free out here. Welcome to the stream. It's called Harold Halibut. It's on Game Pass. I started 18 minutes ago. It's it looks cool. Stop motion claymation type thing. It seems like a weird story about living under water. On an alien planet, apparently. I think it's more story driven than pretty much anything, kind of like a Telltale game. I honestly like the animation quite a bit. It's so far, I mean, 18 minutes in. What the heck is that? He looks like Adonis. Ad only.
And your hair thinned. What if there was a way to make time stand still? A way to hold on to that grandchild's laughter?
Who wants an all-only ad TV?
Laser engraved crystal ball. Photos are flat. Memory
Yeah,
marbles are multi-dimensional. Memory marbles.
Kind of scary.
Live
I
life.
mean,
Remember forever. Do you ever feel like your
yeah. Kind of reminds me of Coraline and that type of animation. But Coraline did it a lot better. They kind of look like dead faces. Like horror type movie, for sure. But I do like how games, certain games try to go outside the norm and do cool stuff. Not many games try to adventure out like that. Season 18. Sounds like Grey's Anatomy. 36? Sounds like all my children. It also sounds like Outer Worlds type government here. Like, oh, find this, find that. If you can't pay, you gotta make someone else pay. Kind of ridiculous if you ask me, but I mean, I don't really know. I'm not sure what I'm even doing. Feeding fish right now. Okay, go to the Agora arcades. What is that? Lights? That is definitely not the lights. Oh. I see. Completed. Watch the announcement. Okay, let's go hang out with this guy.
Planet. It's not a banana, it's plantain. You know plants give us that.
Plantain Planet.
But did you also know
Dang, it just started pouring.
We chose the stars, not instead of the Earth.
It's Stickhead.
Because of it. We chose sacrifice and responsibility. Well, we didn't, I guess, but our ancestors did, and we wouldn't be here if they hadn't.
Stickhead.
We'd be back on Earth, and where would that have got anyone? We may not have ever seen our home, tasted its air, or gazed across its boiling seas, but we remember it. And then we made a new home, even if it wasn't quite what anyone had in mind. And one corporation over all others helped make that possible. All water. On that note, I'd like to introduce Madam CEO Brenna Castletrop.
Dude, it's the log-haired
Good
lady.
day to you all. As you may know, I am
Dude,
Brenna
she looks like a
Castletrop,
Minecraft
the CEO
character.
of All Water Corporation. More importantly, I'm a citizen of the Fedora just like you. And it's my unmitigated pleasure today to show you what you're about to see. Join me in reliving and celebrating the remarkable journey we've been on together. Before we unveil the next step of that
The
journey.
hair, I can't get over it. Trying to
It may
think
have
what it looks like,
started with
man.
one man, but it took the hearts and minds of many more to make the dream a reality. That dream began at the height of the
Their
Cold
faces.
War, when the world was on the very brink of annihilation. He conceived of an Ark-like
Faces of the
spacefaring
60s?
ship, financed by the wealthiest countries, families, and private institutions such as the
Look at the
Schleiermacher
face.
Foundation, as a gesture of global care for the human race. That ship journeyed for 200 years, was home to 5 generations, and sailed past many solar systems, making fascinating discoveries along the way, like the bacteria that are now responsible for our energy supply, or the mineral samples we took from planets along the way that allow us to build new materials. We had difficulties to deal with too, such as surprise asteroid fields, periods of hopelessness, and the unpleasant albeit brief alien infestation. And of course, 120 years after launch, our last message from our beloved Earth in its final moments. After 200 years, we finally arrived at our destination.
Dang, Earth died 120 years
only
after.
to find
So
that
what?
the promising, watery planet contained no habitable landmass
2000.
and dense toxic gases in the atmosphere.
85?
Hardly the second
35?
Earth we had hoped for. It wasn't long into our new search that the solar winds came. Maybe our ancestors couldn't have possibly known, or maybe they could, that they would cause our ship to crash, just like Icarus, but with worse luck. Either way, we can be thankful for a soft landing and good waterproofing.
Wasn't that a wild ride, huh? We've achieved so much aboard the Fedora, but we've never stopped thinking big. We had the idea to make sure we weren't missing out on anything going on outside. We're in a whole new galaxy, so we should be listening to see what the local news is. So we hatched a new plan. A state-of-the-art, deep space radio buoy capable of keeping itself afloat
Buoy.
and slowly
buoy.
circumnavigating our watery new home while scanning for signals and interesting cosmic gossip. And, wait for it, yes, we're delighted to announce it's floating to the surface right now. That's right, the buoy will be in position in another few hours. Big congratulations and thanks.
They're
to
that
all
far
water for
underwater?
making this possible. I'm
It's like
excited
as
to
deep
see
as the
what we pick up.
Titanic. How do you get air?
They make us up to 16% happier in our day-to-day lives. Here at Plantastic, we have all the plants in the Fedora. Plan to get some plants? Come and increase the green in
It's
your
a
life.
buoy.
Come to Plantastic. Plantastic. Finest potions. Potions for what does your heart desire. Look deep. Deep into the potion. When we know what potion you need, we will be ready. The potion will be ready. Like magic. The door will open. The door to your heart. Step through it. Into potions, and magic. Winter is a state of mind. But at Slippy's Winter Sports, it's also a state of...
Buoy announcement. What's next? Time to sleep. Let's go to sleep.
Please remember, the fuel system will shut tonight. Get stuck, not stranded.
Time to sleep. You fed fish and clicked a button. I wish I had your job, my guy. Day 1825 AC after crash. Okay. 18251. Let's see how many years that is. $18,251 divided by 365. 50 years. So it's been 250 years since we left Earth. Feed the fish again. The boy. You just look at it and focus. A different kind of
Now,
microscope.
activate the switch next to the board to open the sample shelf.
Oh, no. It's this thing I had down. How'd it go up? What the heck? Give me the blue one.
The rock you want is in the container on the lower right. You remember your left and right? Bring it to the microscope and insert it into the patch.
Damn, that guy's strong. That was a whole glass container. He carried that with no issue. Okay. Whoa. I wonder how many people live here. What the heck does that even mean? He's stubborn and I don't want to talk to him. Okay. Wait, what the heck? I blinked and then somehow missed that. He's not here. So where do I find a shop?
Destination selected. Have a pleasant journey and a fantastic day. You may now exit the tube. Thank you on behalf of the Force Corporation for choosing to travel with us today.
What the heck? Oh my god. I'm so confused at what's happening. This place is weird. Hooray. You're a liar. Whatever. Okay. Well, honestly, I feel like I'm not going to be playing more of this. It is interesting. It's a cool concept. The animation I love, but the game story is not quite there. I do appreciate that I checked it out, and it's a shame that I didn't like it. But I hope that if any of you saw it, you'd be willing to give it a try. And I will be putting it on YouTube for people to check out the preview of it, but who knows? So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider following. If you want to see more, go to my YouTube channel, Spiritu Zombo, where you'll be able to see anything else I play. If you don't see anything you like, please consider commenting or private messaging if that's something you do want to see, and I will get to those games as soon as possible. So once again, thank you very much. Hope you have been floating, and if I don't see you again, thank you and good night.